What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the stuff that Rockstar released today for GTA 6. So in addition to Rockstar releasing trailer 2, they also decided to release a full-length newswire breaking down things about Vice City, as well as some of the characters, some of the features, and things that we could do. This is the first time that Rockstar decided to go kind of more in depth with GTA 6 besides just having a trailer. We actually have an interactive website to check out and just look at stuff and break it down. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. So first, when you go to the GTA 6 website, or whatever it is, rockstargames.com/GTA6. We have the trailer 2, of course, at the top. You get to, scroll down, coming May 26, 2026 on these consoles, of course. And then I really like the way they did this. It's like a whole movie. But anyway, it says Vice City, USA. Jason Lucia has always known the deck is stacked against them. But when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So basically just relying on themselves. And obviously we got the main characters, Jason and Lucia. And as I said in my other videos, this is the first time that Rockstar has officially named him as Jason. We knew that from the leaks, but Rockstar never officially said that themselves. But we know that this is Lucia and Jason officially in front of the Ocean View Hotel. Of course, everybody knows this from GTA Vice City. So we actually have the last names too. So Jason Duval. Jason wants an easy life, but things keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for a local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. So he was in the army, he got out, and instead of just focusing on doing the stuff that he already knows, he decided to go and obviously be with Lucia, and this is kind of where the story, I guess, begins. So we got screenshots of him. This is him just, in his car. You already know this. And it's nice that when you click on it, you get like a full-length picture so we can see some other little details. We got him with a Principe Alevino V1. We got some liveries on that. You also got the Vice City shirt. We got the sunglasses here. I wonder if that's going to be like part of it where you could like take sunglasses off. It goes around your neck and not just disappear. Little things like that. Obviously nothing too important. But yeah, and then we got him at, we've seen this a few times in the trailer. I'm not sure what this is officially called, but regardless, we got some money stack on the table. We got a watch. I'm trying to see if I can see the time. I think it says 12:50. Looks like it's 4 numbers though. Or is that the date? I don't know. Probably break that down a little bit more. Maybe nothing too interesting. But yeah, some type of bar. This is, I'm pretty sure, Brian maybe, unless there's somebody else. And then we also have some other NPCs as well. So yeah, Brian's, Boats, Works, and Marina. That's nice. Scroll down a little bit more. You got a little action from there. Let's go back real quick. How can we play it? All right. If anything happens, I'm right behind you. And then Another Day in Paradise. Being Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like for it to turn out right now, but it's hard to tell. Got him with some type of AR deal. This background, just crazy. The whole interstate system, the buildings downtown, everything. Like, that's just crazy. And look at all the detail as well in his arm. You can see the fabrics on his shirt, all of that. So I just love the fact that Rockstar really just went in depth, and we can see a lot more when it comes to this. And then we got him in front of one of the hotels, and I'm assuming Ocean Drive. Nice little car right here. Not sure which one this one is. Maybe Corvette. Not sure. Can't really see from this angle that much. And then, a little Vice City shirt, iFruit phone, of course, right here. And yeah, I mean, overall, pretty nice. You can see the interiors a little bit as well. And just some characters in the background. Okay. And then we got him fishing. And this picture like really looks like real life. There's a few pictures I've seen in, this already that it's just like, it's actually kind of crazy. Like, there's a lot of stuff that look like literally real life. And if somebody else to send it to you, you might think it's like it's AI, but at the same time, you might think like, oh, it's real life. But regardless, though, fishing was something that people talked about potentially being in a game, and this kind of confirms it right here. And this is them on some type of boats. And again, assuming this is Brian, I gotta take a closer look at these characters to really find out more. And we got Lucia and Jason. So now we learn more about Lucia. So this is Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in Leonida Penitentiary, so hopefully we get some backstory on that. And then sheer luck got her out. Lucia learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. Okay, so over becoming, what she, was before, and just, improving on herself. So this is her, some type of gym. We see in the trailer her fighting, so we probably will see that a little bit more. Some training stuff. Got a little, I think there's a boxing glove necklace around her neck. And then also we got a nice little AirPod as well. We have that GTA 5. It's just an accessory. So this potentially could be something where we have music that we could listen to while we're walking. Hopefully. I know there's mods for that, but we need that officially. This is another picture that looks somewhat like real life. We got a little drink over here by the pool. So, you know, we can swim. She got both AirPods in, bracelet, earrings, all that. This is Jason back here. NPCs as well. More over here. And this is some type of like pool that's on like one of the like decks or roofs. So we've seen this in the first trailer. Pretty cool. Hopefully we can see that a lot more. Then we also got an iPhone over here. Not sure which model Rockstar is going to be using for GTA 6. This one looks like the 6. And I kind of seen the back, obviously, from the other photo. And it doesn't have like multiple cameras. So this probably isn't going to be one of the more recent ones. Just the older iPhones. All right. So anyways, we got a picture of Lucia. Her braids. Having her braids just looks so different. But, you know, it's pretty cool. We got some, you know, characters, a guard here. More characters back there. I just want to analyze this. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since the days in Liberty City. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. Okay, interesting. All right, the only thing that matters is who you know and what you've got. A life with Jason could be her way out. So pretty much the same thing for either of them. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia is committed to her plan no matter what it takes. All right, so we got some more pictures of her. You know, just her in one of the nightclubs. Also has iFruit phone there. We got her with a pistol. Somebody trying to break in. Probably gonna kill them. And then we got another picture over here. Her on one of the bicycles. And something that was really interesting is seeing the license plate saying Gloriana, LEBC5 America. So I mean, the main thing I take from this is that obviously this isn't Leonida. I don't know if this is some type of like custom state name that she decided to put, or if there's going to be another part that has specific place for that. But that's something to look into for sure, Gloriana. And then we also have, you know, Lucia, biker jacket, same necklace as well. All of that, some back alley. But yeah, we'll see. That plate though is really interesting. Maybe it's just something Rockstar had before. I don't know. And then of course we have some artwork, which is really cool. Duffel bag full of money, pistol, all of that. That's pretty nice. Only Leonida. When the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. So now we got Cal. So this is, I think, who's we really saw the most in those pictures, maybe. But we got Kyle Hampton. What if everything on the internet was true? Jason's friend and fellow associate Brian's, Cal, feels safest hanging at home, snooping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. So this is going to be somewhat similar to Ron, I'm assuming, for GTA 5. And then with these screenshots, we obviously have one with Jason. Again, best friends, hanging around Brian's as well. Duffel bag, probably with drugs, money. And, you know, just another screenshot here. Not much to take from it. And then we got another picture of Cal. This is at some mini golf course. I didn't realize this at first, but yeah, mini golf is, you know, going to be another feature in the game. That's pretty cool. Alligator stuff. So this is probably going to be near, like, you know, the down parts, maybe near the keys. We also have an alien shirt that he has on, which is pretty cool. This one might be some type of unlock that we could have in the online mode. All right. There are many ways too many birds fly around in perfect formation. All right. We got another picture of Cal and Jason over here. Some characters in the back. This one has some, you know, reptile on their neck. This is something advertising. I'm assuming like the mini golf or something like that. We got a few stuff on the wall. This one says NYC A312. You know, some plates over here. More plays. So obviously there could be some hidden messages in this. So definitely gonna be breaking that down more. And of course, on the table, we have pool, something we've seen in GTA 4. So this is definitely making a return, which is great. T-shirt as well. A lot of detail for sure in this picture. All right, what's next? We got this one. Cal sitting on a floaty in the pool. This is another picture that looks extremely like real life. Just seeing all the textures, hair on his body, as well as the tattoos. And we just got some few things on the water as well. All right. The psychopaths are in charge. Get used to it. Cal is at the low tide of America and is happily there. Casual paranoia, loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. So this is going to just be like, you know, a side character. And this is tour a few of the must-see destinations across the Sunshine State. So we get to see a little bit more of Vice City. So everything in excess. We're a long way from the 80s, but Vice City is still the sun and fun capital of America. The glamour, hustle, and greed of America captured in a single city. Each neighborhood has something to offer, from the pastel Art Deco hotels and bright to white sands of Ocean Beach, to the bustling Paneras of Little Cuba and the bootleg brands of Tishwaka Flea Market out to the Vice City ports, the cruise ship capital of the world. So just breaking down a little bit more of the map. So let's take a closer look. All right, we have, some two NPCs over here looking over the beach as well as all the palm trees. This is actually gonna be a really cool place to explore. Just imagine walking down here, going through all the palm trees like a little jungle, a little bit in the city. Nice little huge pool. We got a few NPCs down here just doing different things. One on the phone, one in the pool, one just chilling. It's a lot of things little here. Also, biggest thing that I think some people didn't talk about is the fact that a lot of the NPCs have a lot of like accessories on them compared to how it was in GTA 5, where they just might have like sunglasses or something simple. This one actually goes into detail with that. So that's pretty nice. So this one has some like gold sunglasses, and this also goes the same thing for the cars, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Vice City sign, of course, airplane going over. This is right next to the airport. Really nice. And then we got this over here. So first off, basketball down here. That's coming back. So that's already like what, three mini games that we know that are coming back. And then we got a whole nice view of the city over here. A lot of cars and traffic as well. So that's pretty good. There's going to be traffic in the city compared to just having like 1 or 2 cars per road. Really dry. The biggest problem with probably the older GTA games is just the fact that we know that these cities and these states have a lot of traffic, but in the game they don't, due to obviously coding and, just gaming reasons. But it seems like Rockstar can at least improve on that when it comes to this game. So it's going to be pretty nice. A lot of cars and traffic down here. So many to look at. City bus as well. City stop over here. That's probably going to be something that's just, interactive. Maybe it's going to be like Vice City where we can actually drive buses. A lot of things to do as well. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of the cars that people drive are not just NPC cars, but they also drive like expensive cars as well, which makes sense because you do see that in real life. People don't just drive regular sedans and SUVs. They actually do drive, Porsches and other expensive Lambos. And it's not going to be as common, of course, because that's just not how life is. But it is something that you do see casually. All right, now we got this screenshot as well. He got grills on. You can see the reflection in his glasses. That's pretty nice. Watch on, all of that. This is outside of like one of the murals that we've seen. I think in the trailer, he even got armpit hair. They even realized that at first, and just like, mole spots on his body. So that's pretty nice. Even a little scab over here. Okay, next we got this picture of some people at the beach. So first off, a lot to break down here. We got some people biking back here, ATV, lifeguard. Everybody staring at her. We got some guys playing football back here. Just the amount of texture and stuff on their bodies is pretty cool too. See them sweating and all that. And then what's next? We got these cops over here, Vice Beach Police. Again, this place does say Gloriana, and they did get pulled over, getting arrested, taking pictures for social media. Cops just look like they're fed up with them. And we also have a Dodge Caravan taxi back here, which is pretty nice. So that's something we probably can take advantage of in the city. And then we got some more screenshots. This is inside one of the nightclubs or strip clubs. So we got $100 bill, or actually $10 bill, 10. I think there's a 50 over there. One's just, casual stuff. Definitely a strip club. And then let's see what we got down here. So this intersection is pretty nice. We got a lot of cars happening, right turn only lanes. We got, buses, like a bit of a tunnel thing over here. Just a lot of like downtown stuff. We got arenas, the concert hall, the Sumerian. We got a whole like Ferris wheel back here. I'm not sure what this is. It's kind of hard to see what it says, but I think this is a basketball arena because it does have the basketball over there. We also had the Vice City Arts Center. So hopefully we can go in that, and then a few buildings with the lights on, all of that. So pretty nice right there. And then for the last picture, we have what I'm assuming is probably like in or near Little Haiti, where they're having the Haitian flag up there, as well as a few other red and blue pictures. And then we got a dog down here that looks like Chop. We got some reflections, which is pretty cool. It looks realistic. Again, with the Gloriana plate. This character just has, dreads. It looks similar to the one that we seen in the first trailer, but it probably isn't that person. I don't know. And then we got people, bikes and all that. So just a lot of city life going on. Camaro, advertisements, city lines, pretty cool. A lot of detail in the city lines, by the way, which is nice. All right, so next we're gonna scroll a little bit down. So we have Booby Ike. It's all about heart. The Jack of Trades. Booby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it, one of the few to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a record studio. Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. So it's pretty cool. So we got Booby, businessman, pretty much. Got a pistol there in his office. All of that. Him in one of the strip clubs. Interesting. Got another picture of him with a fresh cut. I wish I could. I can't click on this like a real thing. Okay, there we go. It says the club money paid for the studio and the drug money paid for it all. Got another picture of him outside the Jack of Hearts, adult entertainment, so like strip club, NBC's in the back, characters. And then again with the iFruit phone, Jack of Hearts, again, strip club. Got some, ladies with bottles over here, money getting thrown, all of that. And let's see what's next. Top quality cuts. Booby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young, inspiring music mogul Jaquan from Only Raw Records that he's most invested in now that they just need a hit. So working with Taquan or Draquan, which we'll see in a minute. So Leonardo Keys, the gateway to paradise. The dress code is casual. The bar is loaded. Life in this tropical archipelago isn't flashy, but it's easy. Get your buzz on and pull up a deck chair, but look out. You are right on the doorstep of some of the most beautiful and dangerous waters of all of America. All right. Let's take a look at these screenshots. So we got what is this, a gecko, iguana walking over here, a dog over here with the owner, I'm assuming. A bunch of NPCs in the back just having fun, and the Leonardo Keys and all that. Pretty cool. And then let's see what's next. So we got this screenshot similar to what we've seen in the first trailer, going over this bridge. We got this what plane is this? It's not the Dodo, is it? I don't know. It's Seabreeze? I don't know. I forget. So many planes that we got in that game. And one of these is the one that's passing over this. So again, sitting in the distance, it really shows you how grand the map is. And then let's see what's next. The Rusty Anchor Crab Festival. So just outback kind of place. Couple kissing over here. Got some lights up there. Just guy passed out from drinking beer. Again, with the detail on the grass and vegetation is pretty cool. And then the underwater life. So this is going to be something that's kind of new. I feel like we don't really have a lot of that in GTA 5, especially with the previous GTA games not really having underwater capabilities besides San Andreas. So this is going to be an addition. Probably some missions here, or just even a free roam. We got turtles, fishes, probably a bunch of other sea life, sea horses, all of that. So that's pretty nice. And then we have one of the like boat clubs, or I guess just out places. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boats, 13, I think. 13 boats and a few jet skis as well. Nice. Bunch of boats, NPCs. All right. It's not bad. Just another part that we're just probably going to see when we drive by. So we got Jaquan Priest, Only Raw Records. So again, he's working with Booby. Jaquan was always more of a hustler than a gangster. Even when he was dealing on the street to make ends meet, breaking into music was the goal. Okay. So this is him, and I'm assuming the Jack of all hearts with these two ladies, which we'll see eventually, I'm pretty sure. And then it's another picture of him outside of, I'm not sure what that says, but something dreams, just more outside life, nightclubs. Him with the Manatees jersey. It's a kind of real thing. Dancers are like my A&Rs. If the record's a hit, DJ is going to be spinning it. All right. And then we got him again with the same jersey. And this is working in the studio. Okay. And another nightclub photo. Once again, you're with the label now. Now that he's signed the real dimes, Jaquan days of booking acts into Booby Strip Club might be numbered as he sets his sights on the Vice City scene. Okay, so just kind of making the name for himself. We got the Grass Rivers. Welcome to the wetlands, the untamed jewel of Leonidas' crown. You never know what lies beneath the surface of this primordial expanse. The gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries among the mangroves. All right. So this first picture here, bunch of people on this like deck patio thing. Nice. And then over here as well, boats. Definitely can go inside of here with the amount of detail we've seen. A lot of cars in the parking lot back here as well, which is something Rockstar has to add on. There's not that many parked cars, as well as full parking lots in previous GTA games. So that's an addition that is needed. And just, the city in the distance. We got this screenshot over here, which is just giving me some Red Dead vibes. Just, people that just live out and the grasslands all dirty up, and you also got like an alligator or a gator down here, and they're in the airboats '09. What is the Airgator? Airgator airboats. Okay, so that's gonna be something that we can use to get through. And then we got some drinks down here. All right, definitely some Red Dead vibes. This one as well, same thing with the airboat. We can see a view of like all the gators in the water, even one. There's pretty much one on every side. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 back here. Okay. And you got like a shotgun, double barreled. All right. And then we have this as well. Truck. Got a few gators here. And then we got police chasing them, which is going to be nice because police usually can't drive in certain areas. So to have that is going to be pretty, just more interesting. All right. Next up, we got the real dimes. Viral videos, viral hooks. Bay Lux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local deals into card hold cash via spicy rap tracks and a relentless social media presence. This gives me like the City Girl vibes, especially when they were popping a lot back in the day. So, this is them in the studio, or this is her in the studio. This is them with Draquan. Okay. Got another picture of them. It's like the real thing. Yep. All my dimes in this club. Meet my twin, make it a dub. Okay. Them dancing on top of the truck. This is probably the same characters, or at least they were maybe part of the same characters that were doing that in the first trailer. Dancing on top of cars and all that. Got a guy with a phone over here. And we got the Jack of All Hearts club back here too. Them in the studio once again. So this is obviously going to be really important if Rockstar is adding this a lot. And this is one hit away from fame, an early hit single with local rapper DWNPLY took Real Dimes to new heights. Now, after 5 years and a whole lot of trouble, they're signed to Only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice. So we'll see, which they probably will. All right, first off with this postcard, we got training that, which is nice. Having finally some more, just transit stuff. So we got these two characters in, some type of weed farm. Okay. The Starlit Hotel, place that we could probably stop by, just chill. It's just really cool to see like these outside kind of lives in Florida. And then down here, we got some guy or some girl selling some type of drugs to him. And then we got the Delights Cabaret, new girls, new food, open all night, hiring dancers. So this is another strip club that Rockstar is going to be having. Got a few cars in the parking lot too. Homeless guy down here with the trash can or trash bags and shopping cart. Car from GTA 5. This one looks like the Explorer maybe. Or yeah, definitely. And then we also have a few other cars. Found this kind of interesting that this one either has a turn signal on or just has a broken tail or brake light. So just little details like that. And it just got some, lights around. Okay. And then this screenshot, we have this girl, guy, just chilling. And we also have, a little campfire back here as well. Let me see over here. I didn't see this. Just chilling in the back of the truck. Okay. So, just outside life, having fun and all that. All right. Back. And then we move down a little bit more. We have Brawl Bautista. Experience counts. Confidence, charm, and cunning. Raw's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. Okay. So obviously this is going to be one of the more bigger characters in the game. Different iPhone as well. This one's like more of like the XR kind of look. So, it's kind of interesting to probably have a choice between different iPhones and all that. Him on a boat. So this is going to be like, again, like more businessman's type of stuff and just experience to probably help out Jason and Lucia a lot more. So that's pretty nice. Life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. Okay. Him again, driving one of the cars. Just robbed the bank, I'm assuming. We got him over here outside of a club. A professional adapts. Raw's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. Okay. Amber Rosa. All right, keeping Leonida safe. The battle for the health and the wealth of Leonida begins here. In the heart of Leonida, American industry and the old school values still reign supreme, whatever the cost. The Allied Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while the local biker gang provides almost everything else. All right. It gives me like a lot of like port vibes and all that down here. We got a few vehicles. We got some grasslands. All right. And vehicles on the highway too. Gas prices over here is like $2, pretty cheap. Speed limit sign, just some type of mechanic or station. I love the fact in this picture there is some like side stuff where people have their campaigns and all that for like governor or whatever, and just signs on the side. We got everybody with a different license plate, which is something Rockstar has somewhat worked on. It's a little detailed, but it just adds more because some older GTA games just kind of have a copy and paste. We have Enforcer, so this is definitely going to be some type of biker gang, Liberty City Cycles. So that's interesting. So having another like type of like Lost MC type of thing. Wildfires going on here, and then we also have this another outside life. They got these ladies washing the car for him. Nice car as well. Got some infotainment screen over here and all of that, and it's pretty little detail, but it's nice to see that his foot is actually on the brake. So we've seen like a few things from like the leaks that Rockstar was going to have like a lot more details with the interior stuff of the car. So that's going to be nice to look at. Just, brake, gas, as well as also like the small things like turning knobs. So something interesting. Then we have Brian Header, nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys, still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. So this is like an OG over here, similar to kind of like El Rubio, I guess, just doing what he has to do. This picture, he has some drugs, probably selling to somebody or something. This is another picture that I thought like looked extremely realistic when you like look at it. Like it does look like it's real life. Then we got Jason over here too. Also reflection. And then another picture. Don't know if that's Lori in the background, but it could be, or at least somebody that he works with. I hauled so much grass in that plane that I could make the state of Leonidas levitate. More pictures of him just chilling. I like the fact that, a bunch of these characters do have different outfits in so many scenes. So when we end up seeing characters, it won't just be like a copy and paste of the same exact clothes. They don't just have the same clothes every single day. They'll have different things to like, show that they're actually living lives. So Leonidas looks like a Leonidas beach bum. It looks like a Leonidas beach bum, moves like a great white shark. Brian's letting Jason live rent free at one of his properties, so as long as he helps with his local shakedowns and stopped by Lori's sangria for once in a while. So we know that Jason isn't paying rent for that. So that's kind of a good start, and it just adds more to the story because we feel like Jason, at least when he begins, is at rock bottom. So to have some type of thing where it's like he doesn't have to pay, but he just has to do like kind of like what every GTA character does, just some dirty work, and then he'll be fine. All right, so now we got Mount Caliga National Park. So some more wilderness stuff. We see a little bit of the city. I kind of wish Rockstar would show a little bit more, but we'll see that probably eventually in the future. So it says Wild Wild Country. Room to breathe on the state's northern fringes. A national landmark up against the state's northern border, Mount Caliga offers prime hunting, fishing, and off-road trails, and the lush surrounding backwoods, hillbilly mystics, and paranoid radicals live far from the prying eyes of the government. Okay, so like the outside part, kind of like Paleto Bay. So we got some action news team action recording. So, potentially crimes that we do will be on the news. And then we got this like raccoon or something like that just running, and we got dirt bike races, and that's gonna be an additional thing we could do. Probably just another side feature. Hunting, that's another thing Rockstar's probably gonna add on. We got some animal down here, not sure what that is, and I think this is a squirrel going up a tree right here too. Kind of hard to miss. All right, and then we got just kind of like a road between the park where people could pass by. A few cars in the road, bikers, trucks, different types of vehicles. We also have this as well, some type of like cougar going down the hill. So just know that when you pass throughout these places, you're just going to see a lot of, wildlife. Interesting. And you got some type of cougar again or bobcat attacking or about to attack these deers. And then, it's pretty nice. And then after that, we have some canoeing, kayaking, all of that. Again, just some more features that Rockstar is going to have for us to do. All right. And then we have this like, sort of reel of them closing it. So this is, again, at least I think it's from basically the original Vice City with, I don't remember his name, but this is like from one of the scenes of Vice City. They closed in the trunk, getting done with that, coming May 26, 2026. Available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S. And of course, you can subscribe to the newsletter to get some more information to your email. Another thing I do want to add is that Rockstar supposedly does have this on the wish list for PS5. I'm not sure about other consoles, but if you want to wish list it, go ahead. It's pretty early, but I mean, everybody wants it, so you might as well just go ahead and wish list it, and then eventually Rockstar is going to have the official pre-order that begins. So that's a full breakdown of pretty much all the screenshots that Rockstar shared on the newswire. There's a bit more to break down for sure when it comes to like the trailer and stuff. So I'll be looking more into that. And even these, trailer stuff, there could be some or newswire stuff that Rockstar additionally could have put in elsewhere. So we'll look more into that. But this is a full breakdown, pretty much everything you need to know when it comes to the screenshots that Rockstar shared on the website. If you guys see anything that I missed, leave a link or leave it in the description. If you guys enjoy, subscribe and put up notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.